Hey, welcome. Today we're diving into a really interesting idea. What if hating the spotlight isn't some kind of flaw, but actually a sign of a deep inner strength? Let's totally reframe how we think about being the center of attention.
Oh, you know that feeling, right? You're at a party or in a meeting, and suddenly all eyes are on you, and in that split second, all you want is an escape hatch, a trapdoor, anything to just disappear. It's a super common feeling, but we've always been told that confidence means loving the spotlight. What if that's wrong? What if that urge to shy away from the glare actually points to a really powerful and stable sense of self? This isn't about being scared, it's about where you get your validation from. And that brings us to the core of this whole thing. It's all about what you might call your internal compass. And this is the real key to understanding this quiet power. So there's a technical term for this, internal locus of evaluation. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea is actually super simple. It just means that your sense of whether you're doing a good job or if you're on the right track comes from inside you. It's based on your own values, not what other people think. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Look at the difference. The person with an internal compass is asking, am I being true to myself? The person with an external one is asking, what do they think of me? One path leads to a really stable sense of self-worth, and the other, well, it goes up and down with every single comment or like. Okay, so how does this internal compass actually show up in real life? We're going to break down 5 key signs, which are basically 5 powerful reasons why you might genuinely dislike being the center of attention. So let's start with number 1. And this is a big one. It often means you have what's called low social dependency. Think about it. If your self-worth is something you generate yourself from the inside, then applause is nice, but it's not necessary. It's like a bonus. You aren't desperately scanning the crowd for thumbs ups because you already know if you've met your own standards. And this quote just nails it. When you're solid in who you are, all that external validation, it's just background noise. The real signal, the one that matters, is that quiet inner voice telling you you're aligned with your own principles. Okay, on to the second sign that you're guided by this quiet power. It's that you really value self-concept clarity. This is huge. A lot of people who aren't comfortable in the spotlight have a really clear, stable understanding of themselves. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, they know their values. They've already done that work, so they don't need an audience to act like a mirror and tell them who they are. I love this because it captures the feeling perfectly. When you've got that strong sense of self, all the attention and opinions that come with a spotlight can feel like someone trying to scribble all over a book you're really proud of. All right, number 3, and this one connects directly to being genuine. The spotlight almost always demands a performance, right? You're expected to be a shinier, funnier, more polished version of yourself. And if you're someone who values authenticity above all else, that pressure to put on a show just feels wrong. It's deeply uncomfortable. And that is such a key distinction. A persona is a mask. It's something you craft for an audience. A person is the real you, complex, messy, and whole. The discomfort isn't about being seen. It's about the pressure to be seen as something you're not. Okay, our 4th sign of this quiet power is all about where you choose to put your energy. This really comes down to depths over breadth. The kind of quiet, deep thinking it takes to build a strong internal compass requires focus. The constant buzz and energy drain of being the center of attention can feel like a direct attack on the very thing that you find most rewarding. I mean, that's just beautifully put. It's a choice, isn't it? Trading those fleeting moments of widespread attention for the deep, lasting satisfaction you get from creating or exploring something meaningful on your own. And that brings us to our 5th and final sign. This one reveals what you're really looking for in your interactions with other people. Being the center of attention is usually a one-way street. It's like you're broadcasting out. It creates a lot of visibility, sure, but not necessarily real connection. People with this quiet power would much rather have a deep, one-on-one conversation where there's a real exchange instead of just being an object that a crowd is looking at. So we've gone through the why, but why is it so important to embrace this, especially right now in our world that is so obsessed with attention? Let's talk about the actual benefits. When you look at it this way, the strengths are incredible. We're talking about a rock-solid self-esteem that doesn't get shaken by what other people say. It frees you up to be your truest self, which is where real creativity comes from. You're better at resisting fads and peer pressure.
You build relationships on substance, not surface-level stuff. And you're able to do deep, meaningful work.
So, to wrap this all up, I want to leave you with one final, powerful question to think about. Seriously, think about it. When you're looking for that feeling of, am I okay? Where do you look? Is your compass pointing outwards, to the crowd, always changing based on their opinions? Or is it pointing inwards, steady and grounded in your own values? Figuring that out might just be the key to unlocking your own quiet power.